Okay, looks like we're live, gentlemen.
Start your engines.
Gladly.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
You're watching Janner's Haunted Secrets
On the Outline Network.
What they say.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's a secret sound hidden deep within the center of the earth. Until you listen closely enough, you can hear it. And it sounds like razors through flesh. We are merely here to turn up the volume.
Hello, and welcome to my corner of the freak show we call Chainer's Haunted Secrets. Today, we have Jeff, and he is... Are you the president?
Yes, I am. I'm the president of the Cleveland Haunt Club and one of the founders of the group.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought you were a president, but, you know, usually presidents have long beards. Or is that just Abraham Lincoln? But...
It's really likely.
So, Jeff is, as we just said, the president of the Cleveland Haunters Club, which I am surprised to hear. A lot of people don't know that there are haunted house enthusiasts that have haunter clubs. And this is just one of the haunter clubs, and just like the OHA, but this is actually up in the Cleveland area, and they do different things throughout the whole season with different events. Is this correct?
Yes, we have at least one activity, meeting, function, field trip every month of the year. We have numerous different things that we do throughout the calendar year.
That's awesome. And I have been able to go to two of the different, well, actually three of them, two of them with the OHA, and one I was able to go to. It was right around the time of COVID, and everybody was so scared, but you guys were able to still have one of your events. And it was different during COVID, but everybody kept on saying, just wait until after COVID, it'll be so much better.
Yeah, that was interesting because we were the first event that took place after the COVID outbreak. And it was an outdoor event, but we had to jump through all these hoops. We had to deal with the Cuyahoga County Medical Board. We had to have a lot of signage, but we were able to pull it off and do it. And we were kind of proud to be the first, large person event that took place after COVID, at least in the Cleveland area.
And when we're saying signage, I mean, there was repeated signage all over this. and I feel that you guys did a really excellent job of following the rules to getting this event done. I actually didn't know what I was getting into. I actually brought my vehicle and my trailer up because I didn't know how many vendors, and everybody said, yeah, it was a small year, but with everything during that, you guys made it through. I'm very happy to have you on the show. So right now, let's go ahead and start from the beginning of how this wonderful haunt club started.
Well, it's interesting because my fiance, she's been involved in a group in Detroit called the Motor City Haunt Club, and they're in their 18th or 19th year. And she and I started seeing each other, I think at this point it was 12 or 13 years ago. And we went to some meetings. And so I started to see that this was something I wanted to, imitate in the Cleveland area. So I essentially told them, I'm going to steal everything you're doing here and take it back to Cleveland. They were like, oh, that's great. And we did, and we became almost like sister organizations. We've had field trips together, some ghost tours. We met up with members from Michigan and Ohio, and we go to their functions, and they come to ours. In fact, last year at the Haunted Garage Sale, they had a tour bus of 50 members of the Motor City Haunt Club that came to our Haunted Garage Sale, which was awesome. They were able to do that. But what it comes down to is we kind of took their basically design, brought it here, met up with some like-minded people. Some you might know, like Katie Lane and other people who were involved in the Cleveland area, Frank Mamana and Keith Stevens and some other really hardcore Halloween enthusiasts. And we decided we want to put this club together. We started meeting at a coffee shop, and then, we kind of put our things together. We came up with like bylaws and a mission statement for the club. And we actually incorporated as a 501c7 nonprofit. And we're going into our 11th year. We've had, 150 some meetings or something like that. We meet monthly, and we have those two what are now large market events, the Halfway to Halloween Flea Market and our, really big one, the Haunted Garage Sale, that's just grown into a behemoth. We've had to move the location 4 times, and we're moving it to a county fairgrounds from a minor league baseball stadium, which we outgrew because we had a 3-mile backup on the highway this last year. And so it's really been an amazing trip, and the club's just grown by leaps and bounds. We've had some, really good happenstance that made us grow online. And we've got some really amazing members that do some cool stuff. And for the most part, we're home haunters, but we have some professional haunters that own attractions like Flo and John Gepperth. There's some core members who have been with us since the beginning, and they're great haunt people. And so basically, we're open to anyone that's into haunting, haunted houses, Halloween, and the spooky side of life. We don't, discriminate. If you're into any of that stuff, you're welcome to be a part of our club.
So just curious, what is your guys' memberships? Are they once a year or?
Yeah, basically what we have, and it's optional. We don't force anyone to have a membership. It's basically help us support the group so that we can, provide the things to the members that they would like to do. And it's you make a credit card purchase, and it's a recurring payment. It starts off like $20, and then it just renews each year. And if you want to cancel, you can cancel at any time. You don't have to be a member to come to our meetings. You don't have to be a member to go to our functions. But paid members get some preferential things, like first dibs at certain events, discounts on certain things, for instance, tables at our sales events, they get a good price break on that. And so we try and build in some value to being a member for them supporting us. So one of the big things we like to do is, donate to St. Jude's. 4 years ago, I think it was now, or 3, we were the largest fundraising group for skeletons for St. Jude's. We got an award for it and everything. And it's since become pretty competitive. And we're typically in the top 4 in the country now for groups at fundraising for St. Jude's, which we're pretty proud of.
That's absolutely awesome. And, thank you guys for helping them. Absolutely. It's really hard because I want to come up to Cleveland and go to one of these meetings, but it's a 3-hour journey for me.
Oh, sure. I get it. And that's one of the great things that the Ohio Hunters Association is doing. Those moving meetings is really a benefit to where you're hitting different areas and you're making it more accessible, but you're also exposing people to different haunts and giving them a background on those. And that's something we've tried to do. Is we've had a number of meetings at local haunted attractions in the Cleveland area where they see behind the scenes with the lights on and then they go through with the lights off sort of thing. But, our members, we try to keep it in this area where that's the beauty of the Ohio Hunters Association is you cover the whole state. And so you kind of, are an umbrella to everybody where we kind of cover the region a little closer. But, I think between the two of us, I think there's a lot of great options for haunters in Ohio.
Absolutely. And the last time I checked the count, we had operational 144 haunts, and that's not including the home haunters, which sometimes the home haunters are so amazing that it's just like, I can't wait to see when you decide that you need to get a building.
Yeah, they've really, picked up their game. Some of the yard walkthroughs and just some of the individual props that people are building. We've got some members that are doing amazing things, and some have gone like all world. One of our members, Alan Perkins, who was the gentleman that was it 3 years ago, he built the giant skeleton that was holding his house.
Yeah,
and he went like all world. And the funny thing was, our club on Facebook, I had and one other admin had vetted everybody that was a member on our page, because you know how it is. People want to get on there just so they can spam you or they can troll people or whatever. So we tried to make it people who were really into Halloween, were maybe had some tie to Northeast Ohio or Ohio in general. And so Alan Perkins did that giant skeleton around his house. And what we didn't realize is that Facebook made our club public without our knowledge, like that same week. And he was posting these things about it. And we went from 6,000 members on our Facebook page to 36,000 members in 1 week. I'm not kidding you. And it was amazing. All of a sudden, we've got guys from Taiwan are posting things and all this stuff. And I'm like, what in the heck happened? Well, Facebook and its ultimate, intelligence decided they would just make our group public when we had been private for I don't know what it was, 6-7 years before that or something. So all of a sudden, we've got all these people from all over the place, which is nice. They see what's going on here in Ohio and they're kind of exposed. But it was really, our page was for our members to promote what we're doing. Because, it's a lot of work to be an admin on one of these Facebook pages now, because it's just this constant battle of it. Am I allowed to swear? Because it's like, horse.
You're absolutely in this show. Yes. I mean, it slips out once in a while. You're not going to get banned or anything like that.
I'll try not to swear, but those things just kind of make me go,
And I truly understand exactly what you're talking about. it is really hard to control everything and look at everything and make sure that it fits what needs to be put in there. And that's one of the things when you go and you operate a group or this and that, you're just waiting for something to kick loose and somebody posts something. And that's why we actually should have the admins. I know everybody's just like, well, I want to say this. Well, yeah, but that's not being a plus towards everyone. That's a plus
Right.
towards you. Which
And there's so many
advertising your
different
stuff
things.
is great, but
Yeah, it needs to be pertinent to the club. It needs to be, tolerable by everybody. And, we can't allow politics and those sort of things. There's just no place for it in what we're doing because that's just so divided. So that's a constant battle. But, for the most part, everyone's really cool with it because we all have something in common, our passion for haunting and for Halloween. And, ultimately, I think that brings us all back together. So it's worth putting up with the other stuff just to help grow that passion.
right. And one of the shows that you invited OHA to, I went ahead and what we did was I fired up my computer and I was able to show everybody until my computer died. The OHA awards that, people were able to say, hey, from our haunt, we want to nominate this person, which it was good conversation. A lot of people started learning about us. And I got one person from me being there that actually talked to me a little more. And he was actually on the show. And that's just because I went up and did that event with you guys.
Oh, great.
So your guys' events are absolutely a wonderful way that a lot of people can connect. A lot of people can get to know each other. You guys have these events because you all have something in common, and I love it.
Yeah, and we try and get diverse with it, because we kind of venture off in our interests. We do paranormal investigations. We set up these ghost tours. In fact, this Friday, we've set up this bus tour through the Cleveland area where 40 people have paid to take what is essentially a 4-hour tour where they go to some of the most iconic haunted locations in Cleveland. And our resident author and historian, William Krejci, he's written numerous books about different haunted locations in Ohio and Northeast Ohio. And so he does this tour, and we'll go to a bar which has a history. It has a lot of stories of haunting. People can get a beverage. Then we'll drive to Gray's Armory, and then he'll give us some background there, tell some stories, show us some haunted locations in there, and then we'll go to another one. So this is another one of these events that we try and do for our members that they might never have a chance to do. And with our connections and network and stuff, we're able to pull these things off. We've connected with the group called the Tri-C Ghost Hunters, which gets us into like the Mansfield Reformatory. We've done specialty ghost tours there. So we're always looking for different types of things that we can do for our members in addition to our monthly meetings, so it's a constant search for these sort of events to do.
Right. So you said you got a 4-hour tour that you're going to be doing, right?
Yes.
So is someone going to dress up as Gilligan?
When you said that, I'm like, it's a 3-hour tour. But I'm sure there will be somebody. I'm hoping not.
I'm just saying. In the Haunt House.
And maybe Goulardi.
Is there like a map you guys use for
in this
different places you guys go?
Tomorrow night there will be. We are doing an event for our club tomorrow night, which we call our yard crawl. Every year in Halloween or in October, the club, our October meeting is the yard crawl, where we pick, between six and 8 different yard haunts that are really top notch. We meet at the first one. Everyone drives their car there. We get out, we walk around, we talk about it, maybe learn how they did some things, and then we'll go to like 6 or 7 other ones as a caravan. We'll all follow each other. Everyone gets a map, and they know, okay, we're going to Grafton next, and we're going to head there and see this one. And it's one of our most popular meetings of the year. And so that'll be tomorrow night, and we'll probably get between 30 and 40 people show up. And, so we'll all go. The one year we tried to get a tour bus. It was a company called Safe and Reliable. And they almost flipped the bus. So it was neither safe nor reliable. And so we all jumped out and kissed the ground, and then got into our own vehicles and drove through Parma area and looked at a bunch of different haunts. But it's a lot of fun. But yeah, that's the one that we did, where we have a map that they go to the different, yard haunts that we're looking at that year.
That's pretty awesome. I feel bad about
That is
you guys having a problem with the bus, though.
I guess the point is that we stay pretty busy. We provide a lot of different things for our club to do, because it's like, if it starts getting stale, you start losing the interest of everybody. And,
right.
So we're pretty sure about shaking it up. One meeting, we'll do a make and take where they'll build a prop or do something where it's practical. Another one, we'll have a presentation on different subject matters that pertain to, and that's one of the things that's a constant battle, finding new speakers, new presentations, new things for us to do. But we've been pretty good about doing it as we're going into our 11th year.
So as you keep on modifying yourselves and you guys get bigger and bigger, and when I say bigger and bigger, you guys, you were just talking about the garage sale, how you guys have to move just because it got so big. Man, that is major difference between the 2021.
Yeah, it was crazy. We started this 11 years ago, and it was in Bay Village at a place called Cahoon Park, which is this beautiful location. We hated to leave there. Number one, I lived in Bay Village at the time, and worked for the city of Bay Village as a volunteer auxiliary policeman. And so I had a nice connection to the employees and everything. But we just outgrew it. We got too big. After the 6th year, we had to move it to a park in Avon Lake. And so we went to Avon Lake, and we decided, well, let's bring in a celebrity, so we can kind of grow. We were always trying to grow it. At that time, we were up to like 100 vendors. I think we had 5 food trucks, something like that. And I was at a convention in Cincinnati called Horror Hound. I'm a vendor. I've been a Halloween and horror vendor for 25 years. And I'm at this convention, and Butch Patrick comes up to me, who played Eddie Munster in the Munsters. And he said, "Hey, I heard about your event in Cleveland called the Haunted Garage Sale. I'd love to be a part of it." And I'm like, out of the blue, I know who he is. How the heck does he know who I am? And I said, well, that would be great. And so he gave me his phone number. We started talking. We were able to work it out. We booked him to have 3 appearances over that weekend, and he was a huge hit everywhere he went. But for the Haunted Garage Sale, it just really threw us over the top. We had so much traffic. Basically, we shut down the city of Avon Lake because it was backed up with vehicles everywhere. They had to call in extra police officers. The bad part is I now work for the city of Avon Lake for the Avon Lake Police Department, and now they refer to me as Gridlock Jeff because of the traffic problems we had in the city. And so we were able to get through that day. The next year, I don't know if you're able to make the one, it had rained for 2 weeks before the event. And we had planned it all year, and it's like, well, the show must go on, and we had it anyways, and it was a mud pit. And basically people, it was just like people were losing their shoes in the mud and stuff like that. It was so, but they came and we had a huge crowd. And we knew at that point we needed to find a bigger location.
That was at the ballparks, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's the one that me and Max went to, and you seen people taking their shoes off and leaving their shoes at the cars. And I just laughed my head off because Max is like, is it really that bad? I said, it's going to be here pretty soon, trust me. And you guys were watching the hearses as they were coming in just to make sure that they were in the right spot because you didn't want them getting stuck. Oh, man. But
I still have nightmares about that day.
With what that was, you guys had a lot of people, a lot of traffic, a lot of folks coming through. That was also the same day that I got a phone call saying that they didn't know if my county had a tornado or if it was a straight line wind that ripped a roof off and people were like trying to figure out what was going on. That I remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy. You know, it really didn't hurt our attendance at all, which is amazing. And we still had a large number of hearses who historically hearse owners don't like to take their cars out in bad weather. They just don't. But still, we had a great crowd, but we knew the writing was on the wall. We had to move it again. And so we met with the city of Avon, which I don't know if you're familiar. It is a booming city in Northeast Ohio. I mean, it's growing like crazy. And they have a minor league baseball team called the Lake Erie Crushers. It's a beautiful stadium, big parking lot. And so we're able to negotiate a deal to have it there. And it was terrific. But, you know, we needed to tweak it so we could get more cars in, more parking. We took in more vendors and we had more food trucks. We brought in two of the guys from Monster Squad, Andre Gower and his cohort. And it was amazing. Another great crowd. And, you know, so we decided to keep it there again. And this last year, it just was over the top. We had a 3-mile backup on the highway. We estimate about 12,000 people there in one day. The parking that came through, we had 7,100 people parked in their paid to park, but they were parked everywhere, businesses elsewhere and all that. And so with that in mind, we've already worked out a deal. Next year, it's going to be at the Lorain County Fairgrounds. They've just built a brand new 36,000 square foot indoor facility with air conditioning called the Ross Expo Center. And we're going to be holding it there on August 1st next year. Awesome. So that's a weight off our shoulders that we've already negotiated a bigger place. And so I think it's going to be a great fit. They're excited to have us. They've got 7,200 parking spots. So I think we should be okay, crossing fingers. But it just seems to grow every year. And it really helped us a lot because we had the Lorain County Visitors Bureau got behind us and they produced a commercial, which was amazing. And it aired on our local Fox station for the week before. And people came from all over. It was crazy how many people we had. So when you get into partnerships like that and they help promote you like that, it really makes it blow up. So we've been pretty fortunate.
So there's one thing I do want to point out that you are absolutely correct. Every time I do something with you guys, this gets announced, and you are absolutely correct. If you are a vendor and you need to park your vehicle, make sure you park it in the farthest spots out or in this parking lot over here or whatever, because that is for your guys' customers, and people need to park. This is absolutely the best advice I've ever heard being spread over repeatedly.
And it drives me insane. As a vendor, I want as many potential customers to be able to park as I can get. But vendors are historically lazy, and they want their car right where they're at, and they want to be able to go to their car, even though they're shooting themselves in the foot by not providing a parking space for potential buyer of their stuff. I never understood it. And so I would harp on it, and the vendors would go, okay, we get it. No, you don't get it. Park far away, because they go one row over and park. And I'm like, what are you not getting? Let's make it easy for the customers. But we try and bug them about it.
When you guys, and I'm going to point this out, okay? This show is going to be on YouTube, so it's not going to go anywhere. So in the future, people will see this, and I want to point out something very, very, very important, okay? One of the coolest things that you have an opportunity to do is there is a path that usually comes into these events. If you go and you have markings on your vehicle and you're advertising on your vehicle, you want them to come in and kind of see who's all here. But you don't want them up by the building. You want them as they are coming in.
Sure.
So you want them farther out. Please park your stuff out. As soon as I got there on this year, the first thing I did was I took my van and I put it as far as I could out, but with the decals off to the side, so people could see that this person was here.
Sure.
It makes you think for that, and then you start looking for these people. And even if they don't look at your booth or whatever, they still had the opportunity to see your vehicle, and it still rocks it in their mind. So please park out, but always try to take your displays on your vehicles and put them towards a driveway or something like that away from the building. So people are looking at it, they're seeing it, and they're like, hey, that's pretty cool. People in cars take photos of billboards, and that's what your vehicle becomes. If it is up near the front, they'll walk right by it. If they're leaving and they get stuck because someone else is leaving, that is the perfect time that they're looking around and they're like, oh, I didn't see that. That's cool. So
right.
Please get back. You're absolutely right. But
yeah,
I know that Jenny's got pictures, and I know Friday's got pictures, and she is super excited to show these pictures because, you know, she's always happy to see these photos, and that's one of the things that she likes to do. We're going to go through these pictures, and do us a favor, Jeff. Tell us what we are seeing in these photos as we go through them, please.
Sure, sounds good. Okay, this is an aerial shot of the parking area outside of Crusher Stadium. We've been fortunate. We hooked up with a professional drone videographer who he works in the movie industry. I got to be friends with him. He lives in Avon Lake, where I live and work, and we got to be friends. I said, hey, could you come out to our event and shoot some drone footage? And he goes, well, what's your event? I told him. He goes, that's awesome. I love Halloween. I'd love to come out. So for the first 6 years, he did it for free, and he was getting this amazing footage. I could share all these different photos that he did in video. He does a great promo video for us too, which I wish I would have shared with you. People can find it on YouTube. If they search for the Cleveland Haunt Club channel on YouTube, you'll see some of our videos of our different events, but they're like professional quality, type videos that he does. But this is one of the shots he did because we wanted to kind of show the size and scope of our event. But here you see how just badly disorganized the parking lot is. There was our first year and that drove me nuts to see all that wasted parking space. You see those huge spaces between the cars? Well, what it comes down to is all the vendors parked up by their tents, and they weren't supposed to park that way. They were supposed to park the other direction. So it was supposed to go east to west, and all the cars are north to south. One more reason vendors parking up right by the event drives me crazy. But that's what I see when I look at this picture, how we really wasted all this parking space we could have used in that giant parking lot.
You got enough space in that parking lot. I could get my semi through, no problem.
2 times. But we did straighten it out and utilize the parking lot much better this year. Okay, this is a shot of the crowd. This is our vendor area. And this was 135 different vendor booths that were there. And we have vendors that come from all over surrounding states. We had a vendor that came in from Illinois and Kentucky, several from Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Indiana. But we had attendees that came in from Connecticut for this event, which blew my mind. This was the crowd that we had close to its peak. But just to show you what kind of, numbers we get at the event. The nice thing is, other than a fee for parking, it's free for people to attend. And so whatever the Cleveland Haunt Club made, which was $2 of the parking. I think that year we charged $5 to park. And $2 of it went to St. Jude's. It didn't go to the Cleveland Haunt Club. We just paid it forward to St. Jude's and helped with our donation to them. So that's basically what you're seeing in this picture. That's our logo. This was done by a friend of the Cleveland Haunt Club when we first were forming the club, and it's been our logo for years. We have T-shirts, we have mugs, different things with this, and it's become a popular image for it. We really enjoy it.
Yeah, you even put that on your guys' hearse.
Yes, and that is my hearse that I own, 96 Cadillac. I'm pretty proud of it. Wanted to own a hearse for years, and we finally got the opportunity. I bought it for my fiance as a Valentine's Day gift, and nothing says romance like a hearse. And so we really enjoy
taking wholeheartedly.
Is your husband listening? But so this picture you see here, this is a picture of our celebrity booth this year. And this is a wonderful human being named Warrington Gillette. He played Jason in Friday the 13th, Part 2. And he was the first Jason to kill. And he is the sweetest man. He was such a pleasure to deal with. My fiancée, Luna, reached out to him, and we were able to get him to come to our event. And such a pleasure to deal with. And he stayed and didn't take a break, didn't take lunch because he had such a long line. And he was signing hockey masks and the satchels that he wore in the movie and all that. And so he was a huge hit. And so he was the third celebrity. Well, the one year we also had Green Goblin head from Maximum Overdrive. The Prophet movie. So that's which we will have again this year. I've already negotiated with Tim Shockey, who lives in Piketon, Ohio. He'll be bringing the Green Goblin ahead to our event this coming year.
That's awesome. I hope I get up there.
This is one of our yard signs that the Haunt Club does. We provide these to our members for free. This was our second iteration of the sign. And basically what we wanted to do was have a way for our members to show their pride in being a member of the Cleveland Haunt Club. And at that time, we were doing our own yard haunt map. This year, we teamed up with the Fright Maps. And so it was much more streamlined. Instead of us having to enter them all in, it goes through Fright Maps. And then the Cleveland Haunt Club members can get a unique icon that has our logo, indicating that they're a Cleveland Haunt Club site on the Fright Maps app. And if there's anyone out there that is not familiar with Fright Maps, you can download this app for your phone. It's wonderful. And it's a great way if you want to go out and look at a bunch of different, yard haunts. And it also goes over pro haunts in an area or throughout the country. So let's say you're visiting Indiana, you can go on your Fright Maps app and you can look for some yard haunts and professional haunts there. So it's a great utility for haunters. This is our band, Erie Invaders, and they've been at 6 of our events. And we love these guys. They're all retirees in their late 60s. And they play all what I call spookabilly surfer music. It's fun stuff. It's all acoustic. There's no vocals, but it's great background for our hearse cruising, so that it kind of creates that mood with the spooky, fun music, like the Munsters theme and things like that. The Coffin Hearse and different, songs by different bands like the Ghastly Ones and the Bomboras, some famous spookabilly bands. But we love Erie Invaders. They've been coming out. In fact, they've done some of our meetings. Like we have this one trivia night, and they played music in between questions at one of our trivia nights, which I thought was epic, but a lot of thought they were too loud. And I'm like, oh, you're too old. Get out of here. But it was a fun event, and we enjoy having the Erie Invaders at our haunted garage sale every year. This is a shot of one of the. I had a hard time finding pictures of our hearse cruise in, but this is a shot from the view of the stadium. And essentially what it is we started the hearse cruise in just to create one more entertaining aspect to the event. I think it was our third year was the first one we invited hearses and themed vehicles. So by themed vehicles, we mean if it has a horror theme to it or a Halloween theme, or maybe it would be like a Jurassic Park Jeep or something like that. It needs to be on topic, and then they can be a part of our hearse cruise in.
Years ago, there was a possibility that I was going to bring over my Hartz Command vehicle or a Hartz Command trailer, and I was going to see if I could get a couple of zombies to stand near it, but that didn't work out for me. But I'm glad to see that you guys keep it going.
Yeah, and it's become a popular thing. We try and make it special for them. All the hearses get a dash plaque commemorating the event. And this year we had goodie bags for everybody. And then we have a judged competition. The most popular hearse wins a grand prize. And so it was a pretty well attended one this year. I think we had just over 30 hearses, which for us is great. And the picture we're looking at here is my hearse. And this was a shot by our resident artist for the Cleveland Haunt Club. He's based out of Michigan. His name is Robert Nixon, and he goes by Nix. And he does all our poster art. You've probably seen the posters for the Haunted Garage Sale, and they're epic. And hopefully that'll be one of the ones we see so I can feature him. He's very gracious about doing the artwork for our club. And it makes such a huge difference having great art when you're trying to promote something versus some shoddy, something someone threw together. It really does make a difference, and it draws the eye. This was our year that we had Butch Patrick in Avon Lake at Weisfield. This kind of illustrates the kind of crowd we had all day there. And this was really nice because it was a park setting. There was a lot of trees. There was shade for everybody. And it was spread out over this giant park. There were 6 ball fields, and we had people parking everywhere, all over the grass, all over the baseball fields, because we needed all the parking we could get. But this was the kind of crowd that you expected to see there all day.
That's all the pictures.
Is it?
Okay.
So I want to tell you guys, when you're looking at doing an event like this, one of the most important things you have to do is try your hardest not to stress yourself out, because there are things that happen that you have no control over. Mother Nature is one of them.
Ain't that the truth?
And another one is having vendors that sign up everything, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, they're not there. By the way, the year that me and Max came to, I'm going to say it was the garage sale. Me and Max came, and they had these little tombstone crosses that marked where you guys were going. I really enjoyed those, and I was trying my hardest to see if I could wheel and deal and keep ours. And she said no, she took hers.
Yeah, it's funny. You might have seen now. We did the street signs that were like Witch's Way and Skeleton Avenue. And one of our members, Mark Roman, who's a really talented carpenter, he's a professional carpenter. He said, "Hey, I've got this idea. I would like to make these custom street signs." And anything like that, if someone wants to get creative, go for it, man. You got the juice, go for it. And he did, and they turned out great. So when you come to our events, you'll see in between the vendors, there might be a walkway through or what looks like a cut through or a street. We'll put one of those signs, and there's always a skeleton sitting at the bottom of it. And it's all just an effort to try and create the mood and kind of get everybody into the spirit, And so that's one of the ways we do it with little things like that.
So I don't get a chance to ask this question very often, just because, we don't get haunt clubs and stuff like that very often. I still do want to get the Chicago Haunters Build Club, because that's actually a really interesting thing too. What's that?
Yes, they are. They are great guys. I've met some of the members.
So, where do you want to see your club in the next 5 years?
That's funny. Our treasurer asks me that all the time, and it drives me nuts. It really drives me nuts, because it's just sort of like, where are we going with this? My idea is just keep having fun and keep entertaining everybody, and it'll go its own way. Do I see us turning into like such a big thing that we need to have like a coordinator who does it full time? No, I don't see us doing that. It's just like we're going into our 11th year. We have a meeting every month. We provide fun things for everyone to do. We're donating a large portion to a great charity. I'm not sure what else we need to do, except keep doing what we're doing and keep having fun, keep providing the same unique things for people to do and enjoy their passion. It really is a tough question, because it's like, do I have some ultimate goal for where this is going? No, I guess I just want it to keep being fun and keep being something that we all enjoy doing. And our officers are like, well, I think we need to have some end game. And then I'm like, okay, what do you got? What do you think? What should we be? Where should we be going with this? You know? So I guess for me, that's something that kind of makes me go like, I don't know, you know? Because it's like, the reality is I spend a lot of time doing this, you know? My spare time, I come home from work, I'm checking emails, I'm doing admin stuff on the Facebook, I'm thinking about where we're going with next month meeting. It's constant something doing all the time. I guess I just try not to think about where we're going in the next 5 years. Is that a good answer? That's a horrible answer, but
no,
I don't know.
That's a really wonderful answer because you said exactly what you wanted to say. You want it to be fun. You want the fun to continue. And if you guys expand, it's because the fun is expanding. And that's one of the wonderful things, you know. Whenever somebody says, oh, what are you doing in 5 years? We don't know. But here's a little bit of an idea behind it. We want it to be fun.
You know,
absolutely great answer.
I think when it would come to something like the Ohio Hunters Association, you guys are still growing it and you're still, you know, trying to expand. I think for us, it's almost like we're just trying to tweak it because we've been doing it long enough. We've hit the things we should be doing, you know. For the Ohio Hunters Association, you're bringing back the, you know, Ohio Hunters Convention, right, which is great. It's something we need because I'm not afraid to say it. I was so angry when Trans World bought Midwest Hunters Convention because I was a vendor there. I vended that since like their second or third show, and I loved it. I loved that show, but I knew as soon as Trans World, I'm like, they're going to ruin this and they're going to take it somewhere else. And that's exactly what they did. And I'm not shy about saying it because I tried vending at the one in Chicago and I hated it. It was a whole different vibe. It was a different crowd. It was not haunters. It was Chicago people. Just there was a show to go to. And I'm sorry if I'm offending people, but as a vendor, that was my opinion, you know? And I think it's great that you guys are there. And there has been a void since Midwest went away, you know, here on the East Coast. And so I think it's great you guys are doing that and growing that because we need it. This region needs it because it was a great way for haunters to get together. And the nice thing about Midwest was that one was more about the haunt actors and the staff, because they would take them and you'd see whole groups, all the actors together and having fun at this convention and sharing it and seeing props and stuff like that. You know, and I think there's to some degree, and I vended it at Transworld before. I did it several years. Like I told you, I work with that band Nox Arcana. I produced 2 CDs with them and we went out and vended there, but it's a different feel. You know, that's a vendor show and an industry show, where Midwest was much more personal and much more party and much more like a reunion for, you'd see people from Carnage and you'd see guys from all the Hoorah and all that stuff from all over. And when that went away, I think there was really a drop off in the camaraderie and everything. So I think it's wonderful you guys are bringing that back. And I think it's like, those are the goals that the Ohio Haunters Association has or should have, and what they're trying to do. And I welcome it. And I look forward to working with them, you know, because it's like, we're all working in the same direction here. We all have the same passion. And so I think it's a great thing, and certainly one I completely support.
That's awesome to hear. It really is. One of the things I will say, being a person that's on the board of the OHA, one of the biggest things that we have is as soon as someone sees the side of my vehicle and they read Ohio Haunters Association, they want to know what haunted house I'm going to go to. That way they can see if I catch any ghosts. And it's like, that's not what we do. We're not paranormal. We are part of the haunted house industry. And the faces on people are just from to, oh.
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, it's like, okay. But yeah, we want to do something with the industry that impacts the industry in a positive way. And that's exactly what our goal is, to keep pushing. And I'm actually the one that does all the membership cards. So if you get a paid membership, your card has to go through me. And I sign every single one of the papers that go out. And I have people all the time that just send me a message back. Hey, I got it. Thank you very much.
And they're excited and they can't wait to get involved. And that's a terrific thing.
Right. I mean, there's some nights that I've been like, man, I don't want to put these out, but the cards on one sheet, it has 10 cards. So if I'm only putting out like 3 cards, we actually made these little things. And let me see if I can put myself a little bigger here. It says, we love your haunted and your home haunt. Share it with us, Ohio Haunters Association on Facebook. We can go up to the houses and actually put this somewhere near the house. And sometimes people will take pictures and post it on Facebook just so people can see what houses or what home haunts are doing at their homes.
Sure. Absolutely. That's the thing. These people put all that work into it and they want to share it with everybody.
Right. Right. And that's one of the things I love about you guys. You guys are absolutely killing it in the most wonderful way. Your people want to show the pictures. You guys are like, hey, check this out. This is what I'm working on. And it just seems like it never slows down, no matter what time of year it is. It might calm down just around Christmas a little bit, but as soon as it gets into the new year, boom, you guys are taking off like bottle rockets once again.
Well, the funny thing is when we start getting towards December, then we just kind of switch to Krampus. So we still keep it creepy. But, you know, we have our secret Krampus meeting where everyone brings a gift. Instead of a secret Santa, we do a secret Krampus. So we keep it creepy. And, but, you know, it's funny. One of our mottos, and when we first formed the group, was that it was to teach, learn, and network. And share with people your knowledge. Because one of the things that haunters have that we can share with others is our knowledge and our experience and different tricks and, you know, different methods, different processes, how to build props, how to strengthen things, how to act, how to, you know, all these different things. And it's just endless, the amount of things that we can share with each other. And that's something our group always focused on. And it's something I see the Ohio Haunters Association is doing, which I think is wonderful, that you have your meetings at the different haunted locations or the haunts, is that you can go in and you can see how this specific haunt built this or how they do business. And people can glean things from that and take it back to theirs, you know, and that's always a good thing. And it's one of the wonderful aspects of this whole thing that we're both doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know that we look at you guys and we try figuring out, well, how are you doing it? That way we can take it and modify it to the way that we want to do it. And, you know, this is something
that's how we're doing it. We're holding it together with duct tape and bubble gum.
And I'll tell you, for duct tape and bubble gum, you guys got some really good duct tape and bubble gum.
We've got some, it's honestly, we've got wonderful members and people from all walks of life. The variety of things that people do, but still in their secret life, they're not open about it. Me, I'm open about it. Everyone knows I'm a weirdo. I don't hide it from anybody, and I fly the flag every day. I've got a hearse parked out in front of my house right now. Then everybody knows, but
yep.
Our members, they're not afraid to share this with everyone else, which is nice. And, it's just great to have this avenue to do it.
Yeah. So, I got a question here. We're going to take a commercial break. Would you like to join us on the other side of the commercial break, or you got to take off?
Whatever you want. I'll stick around as long as you want me to.
All right. So, what we're going to do is we're going to take a 3-minute break. We'll go ahead and do our commercials because someone's got to tell you something. And as soon as we get back, we'll be right back with Jeff. And thank you guys very much for joining us on Chainer's Haunted Secrets. We'll be right back. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Greetings and shabebans. We are the Retro Reductibus Cephala Podcast, a long-form bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
Well, that sounds good, but I don't know what all those words mean.
I think what Parasite Steve's trying to say is that on Retro Reductibus, we explore a range of retro goodness, from toys, video games, and movies, to cartoons, and even snacks and school lunches.
Oh. And we do it all with a positive spin, a slew of killer guests, and some very adult language.
And you know what else is cool?
No.
This crazy show is part of the Dorking Podcast Network with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
What's that?
And if waiting 2 weeks for a new episode gives you a sad, know that we drop bonus episodes all the time, like the off-format Crow's Nest and an interview series we call The Brig.
You can listen to Retro Reductibus on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or any app that's cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all the things that make growing up awesome.
Oh.
Hey everyone, I'm Maximus Christian.
Oops. We gotta let Max talk. Hold on.
Hey everyone, I'm Maximus Christian Bryant, president of the Ohio Haunters Association, and you are watching Chainer's Haunted Secrets on the Owlite Network. And I wanted to invite you all to come see the Ohio Haunters Convention on May 9th and 10th in 2026 at the Ohio State Reformatory in Mansfield, Ohio. See you there.
My internet is so choppy. It's giving me issues. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. A couple shows ago, I had that problem, and I didn't know that it was playing a single thing. I actually had to look at it on one computer while making it work on the other computer.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. So we have Jeff here, the president of the wonderful Cleveland Haunters Club. And before we jump right back into Jeff, I do want to say that it is officially haunting season. And if you have not gone out to see a haunted house, what are you doing? Because it is very important that you go out to go and see as many as you can, because you only have so many weeks to do it. We did have a wonderful couple of different crews come out to ours. I did have the wonderful opportunity to scare a girl so bad that she lost her contact lenses.
Oh, geez.
I don't know how that happened, but I'll take the points for that. I had a girl so scared that she ran backwards and ran into another group, physically running into the group. And you guys can go to any haunted house you guys want to, and you guys can say whatever safety word you want to. But I'm just saying, they may not work. I'm sorry to tell you, peanut butter does not work as a safety word. No words are safety words at our haunt. So I just wanted to put that out there, because all the way through we heard peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, till they got so far that somebody started yelling jelly. So yes, please take an opportunity, go to your local haunted houses, take a journey, find a couple of haunts that are close to each other. I know wherever you are, there is haunted houses. You might have to make a drive, but I know that there are some great haunted houses around. And don't look at a haunt and say, well, that looks too small to be good. Because sometimes you're going to find the gem where no one else found it. I will say that. And also, don't just go for the industry. Look at these home haunts. These guys put in a lot of time, effort, a lot of talent. We've had one person on the show. She was a home haunter from Texas, and she did everything that she could possibly do until she found out some new tricks of the trade. So absolutely, everybody that's in a club, everybody that's in a group, just go out, see what's around you, and feel free, if you guys want to, send us pictures and we will post them for you here on the Chainer's Haunted Secrets Facebook page, because we want to see what you guys are coming up with too. So now we're going to get back in with Jeff here, and man, it's been a great half of the show already.
I've enjoyed it.
We try our hardest when we do this to make it like me and you sitting at a table where we can have a wonderful friend conversation, because some of the best conversations come out that way. And it's always one of those things that you don't want to script a show like this at all, because you might miss something in the script. So I get asked all the time, since I am a haunt owner, why at my house I do not put haunted house for Halloween. The answer is, I'm sorry, all my stuff goes out to the field. But for the ones that do get into it and they do take their time, it could take days, weeks. I know as soon as people they get everything stored away, they're already building what could be next year.
Oh, absolutely.
So my question is, how many home haunts do you think that you have around your area?
Oh boy, just I'm thinking back to our yard map. I think last year we had over 150 that were listed on our yard map, just in like the Northeast Ohio area. And those were the ones who went to the trouble of listing it on there. And it's funny, as much as we've been around and how we advertise and have these events, there's still people who have no idea we exist. It's just, because we'll have people that we run into and talk about, well, I didn't even know that was around. And I'm like, you live in the same city we're at, and we're do all this. How can you not know that, and see all this stuff? But, we all have our lives that we're leading and we're busy with stuff and everything. But we have a large number of pretty good sized yard haunts in our area that are worth driving to. And what people like to do is just take a couple nights throughout October and hit like 10 or 12 of them, and just enjoy, take the time, get out of the car, walk around, look up close. Because a lot of people just drive up, stop for 10 seconds, and then take off. We suggest you get out and go up, get on the sidewalk and look closer and really give it some attention and enjoy what they did, because it's a lot of work these people put into doing that, Even with these smaller displays, it's still time, because we all work full-time jobs. We all have lives to lead, but we want to, share that with everybody, because it's as much about, like, our big thing in our neighborhood is we want to build it up to where our other neighbors are doing, decorations as well. And we have our one contingent in Bay Village. They have a street called Elmwood, and it's become like this legendary Cleveland street where almost everyone on this block, all 20 houses, have some sort of a display, and they all get in the spirit. Like this year, they're doing the one main one is The Day the Earth Stood Still. So they've got like a ship crash line into there and gorts in the yard. But the other ones have alien themes. So they kind of get into the swing of it and kind of help each other out. And so on Halloween night, they'll, put blockades up, barricade the street, and then they'll get 3,000 kids come down the street that night. And so, it's become, you want to build that where people look forward to going to your neighborhood. You've done it as a home haunter when yours is the neighborhood to go visit on Halloween night.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One thing I will point out, some home haunters take their display to the ultimate levels. And I say this because we're going to go out of Ohio just for a bit. What is this? South Carolina has a house that has a home display. Their entire house looks like it's on fire. And they have done such a great job with this that 911 had to be told that, hey, this is just a display. This is what's going on. Their local fire department has come out and actually filmed an entire thing talking about how fire prevention is in October and how you guys should really think about your smoke detectors and this and that. This thing has got fake flames in every window of the house. It's got fog machines that blows fog out from the top of the roofs. Absolutely incredible. In the past, Ohio's had people that have used windshield wiper motors to make people's legs go back and forth, and their Halloween display was a person dangling off the side of the house.
Sure.
absolutely great. I love seeing these things, but you also have to remember, please get a hold of your local authorities to tell them, hey, here's what's going on. I want you to come out. You're going to get phone calls. I am so sorry for this, but tis the season. We need to talk about it.
So, you're talking like epic yard haunts. Did you happen to see the giant Lego skeleton that someone built?
No, I did not
It's
see.
and he built, and he did it a month and a half, and it's a 100-to-1 scale of an actual Lego skeleton that he built all out of foam. It has an armature in it, and it's been endorsed by Lego. They featured him on their website. And
wow.
Yeah, it's been all over the place. And this is the same gentleman that did the giant skeleton that went around his house. And then the next year, he built a giant pumpkin all out of foam. Like, he doesn't go halfway. Alan goes all the way, and it's always epic. And he's going to be doing a presentation at our November meeting on building your own props, the mindset that you use, the approach you should take, the pitfalls that you might run into, and how to plan and organize a project of that scope. You know? So, yeah, there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of people who are doing some amazing things.
And that's the thing, you know, there is so much talent, and you do not have to be at your own haunted house. You don't have to be at your own building. You display it for people to see. There is some haunts there's some home haunts that actually have actors that are in their yards.
Oh, sure.
It's absolutely amazing what people come up with. And trust me, as we are talking about this, I am so looking up this giant skeleton, by the way.
Yes, please do. And his name is Alan Perkins, Alan Perkins. And he's been a member of the Cleveland Haunt Club for a number of years. And he's a great resource. But I did want to talk about one of our members who takes a unique approach. He lives in North Royalton, and his name is Paul, and he does something really different. What he does is he finds discarded items and then repurposes them into haunt props. And it's amazing what he does. It's really unique. And his is called Royal Scare, is the haunted attraction that he has done. And you can find that in North Royalton, though. Paul Tylicki is his name. So if you happen to be in the Northeast Ohio area, if you look for Royal Scare in North Royalton, Ohio, he has a walkthrough, and he plants, I think it's like 350 corn stalks in the ground, so it looks like you're actually walking through a cornfield in one part of his yard. Just the amount of effort and dedication that goes into some of these haunts is amazing.
I am just absolutely amazed. Let me see if I can send this. That way we could see if we could possibly get this picture put up, because I just found the Lego skeleton, and oh my god,
isn't that something?
That you know what? This is one of those things you guys have to absolutely understand. That haunted home haunts do not have to be terrifying. And this one, it's got talent, but just seeing the size of this skeleton, geez, criminy. Man, that just makes me wow. But yeah, I don't know if Friday is able to put that up or not. I know her internet's a little wonky. But going back to,
I'm working on it loading.
That's fine. I know how you are. But I do want to point out that, sometimes when you're a home haunter, and Jeff, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, you sacrifice part of your garage or a room or anything just to feed into it. You sacrifice these things because you know all your stuff's got to go somewhere, and sometimes you might lose half of your house.
It was the whole reason I put a ladder up to my attic was for Halloween storage. Because before I had like a little pop-up thing where you emergency to get up there, and I'm like, that's not going to do. And so we got one of those pull-down, step ladders that you climb up, and now all my Halloween stuff is up in the attic area.
I know that there is a person that was on TikTok, and they said, how do you know you're a home haunter without saying you're a home haunter? And what they did was they had a control, and an elevator came down, and it was full of all their Halloween stuff. And they said, this is how we get it up and down.
I wish.
I'm just saying. It was beautifully done, a whole bunch of totes and this and that, but home haunters, my hat goes off to you guys. You guys have to figure out how to store it. You guys have to this and that. I'm a charity haunt at mine. I donate everything. So everything that we get, we take and we put in a semi-trailer. It's not very often home haunters have semi-trailers, but
right.
I've seen it.
There it is.
That is just mind-blowing.
Now, you see on the right, the pumpkin, he built that last year.
Right.
And then the giant skeleton he built this year. And so he's not afraid to take on a huge project, which this was. And it's to scale and accurate in every way to the Lego.
How did this man be able to size this?
He's a pretty sharp guy. And he actually, it seems, has some engineering experience. And because he works, I think he said he was like a safety guy for some sort of mechanical industry. I don't recall exactly what sort of thing, but he has that technical savvy, and he just utilizes it here. And he does it in a very calculated way. It's all laid out. He has blueprints and everything when he does it. I don't think he's going in and just chopping foam. He has a whole game plan going in. So
that is just absolutely crazy. If you talk to him, tell him there's a podcast that would love to have him.
Oh, I can make that.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I want to see pictures of how he's developed all through the years. And trust me, I've seen different stuff, and you mentioning this and this and this is like, oh, this was all that one guy. Yep. Up in Chicago, there's actually a guy that made a display that floats, and no one could figure out how he made it float the way that he did. And it was actually so concerning that people in his neighborhood actually want him to take it down, and he had to fight it. And what it is it is a whole scene that deals with Stranger Things.
Okay.
And this mannequin is so high up in the air, no one could figure out. No one's seen strings, no one's seen this and that. Great job. He was supposed to be kind of telling everybody how he did it. And if he ever told everybody, I did not get to see that point, so I missed out. So,
well, good magician never tells.
Yeah, you're right. Good magician never tells, and haunted house enthusiasts are the ones that touch and feel everything.
Yep.
Should we touch and feel everything? No.
Yep. I need to know how you built that. How did you create that?
All right. So we have a part of our show that we love to do, and it is a couple questions by a little gentleman that loves to be curious about everything, and it is called Questions by this little guy, Dante. So Dante's got some questions because what he does is Friday actually has different pictures and shows Dante, and Dante's got random questions. So it could be anything from what do you like on your cheeseburger to what's your favorite pumpkin face?
All right.
His first one is, what is your favorite sea monster?
Ooh, boy. I'm a big Godzilla fan.
Yes.
And are we talking kaiju or actual sea monsters like the Loch Ness Monster?
Okay, he does everything from angular fish to sleeping with Cthulhu. He has a stuffed Cthulhu he sleeps with. He just met anyone that you decided.
Well, I think Cthulhu's pretty cool. Yeah. One of the great old ones. Sure, I'm an H.P. Lovecraft fan. I'll go with Cthulhu.
Okay, he does too. His next question is, what is your favorite thing you've built?
Oh, I would say the Cleveland Haunt Club.
That is an awesome thing.
So far, actually, I was a wood craftsman for years and worked for an aluminum foundry, and so I built a bunch of different things. But when I don't work in law enforcement, I work in home renovation and build custom cabinets, islands, and furniture. And so I build a lot of neat things like that. So if I'm being literal, I would say some pretty cool, cabinets for homes, custom cabinetry and things like that. As far as haunt related, I used to build Halloween decorations for a couple bars in the area that I work at. They would want to display in their courtyard and such. And I built this awesome crypt out of 2-inch foam. And I would put a fog machine in it, and it would, blow out and everything. And this thing was so realistic that at the end of the season, we had pulled it off to the side, and a drunk guy sat on it because he thought it was real, and he broke it. So I was pretty proud of that. Crypt. Yeah. They made the guy pay for it, so I got to build a new one. But yeah, I would say that crypt would be the coolest. And a mausoleum I did for them as well, all out of foam that they paid for, was pretty sweet. I like these random questions.
Oh, yeah, because this next one is, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
My favorite Halloween candy? What are those called? $100 million bars? I like those. 100 grand. Those are good. Yeah. Because everybody loves Reese's cups, and Reese's cups are good.
And his last one is, what is your favorite book?
My favorite book. I used to read a ton of Stephen King. But then I got into more George Romero, and I read a lot of like the stories for his movies. But it's interesting because I read a lot more when I was younger. I guess I would say The Stand by Stephen King, the original version, the one before he went to the expanded version. and added so much more. I really like The Stand. I thought that was a great book.
I agree, but it's way too big for him. He's like
Yes.
6, but that rocks.
Yes. So if I was a kid, what would my favorite book be? If I'm looking from a 6-year-old point of view, when I was in 3rd grade, we had this teacher that would read us these books that were Halloween related. And it was about this witch, and she used to give the neighborhood kids chocolate chip cookies. And I wish I could remember, because it really influenced me as a kid to like Halloween even more. And I wish I could remember what it was, because I would share it with my, great nieces and nephews.
Oh, don't worry. We've got Google. We'll find it.
I would be more like odd offbeat questions from a 6-year-old. These are great.
Yeah, like I said, he absolutely loves to look at pictures, loves to look at this and that, and he loves to find out. He's a very interesting child, and I'm glad that a long time ago we decided that we were going to do questions from him, because you never know what you're going to get. And trust me, I don't even know what the questions are until they get asked.
So I have a question for him. What's his favorite Halloween costume?
He has been the warden from Minecraft for 2 years straight.
Ah, the kids love that Minecraft.
Oh, yeah. All 3 of them do.
I'm too old. I don't even understand what it is.
Well, the
that's
guy
fine. I'm
that
not
made
big a
the
fan.
giant skeleton.
I'm 50 years old.
Yeah, I mean, the guy that did the skeleton from Lego, or of the Lego skeleton, he might understand Minecraft a little more, just because it is basically Legos that defies gravity in some ways.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean,
we'll have to get you two together. I'm sure he would be a great person to have on your podcast.
Oh, I would love it. I mean, we're always looking for different people, and trust me, we've got a few more guests this year, and then we kind of take a little time off for the beginning of the year, and then we'll start right back up. Trust me, we can't wait to be able to talk to him. So, is there anything else about the haunt industry or Ohio or Cleveland Hunter Club that you want to really talk about?
No, I think we've covered everything pretty good. I would just say if any of your people would be interested, they can find the Cleveland Haunt Club at clevelandhauntclub.com or search Cleveland Haunt Club on Facebook, and they can follow our group and kind of see what we're doing, what we're up to, what activities we have going on. Because as I indicated earlier, we always have, different functions for our members to get involved in. And we've been recently working with some other areas trying to get new groups going. As early as, 3 months ago, I was consulting with a group out of Pittsburgh, and they're forming a group of haunters there called the Pittsburgh, I think it's the Pittsburgh Haunt Group, or
right?
It might be Pittsburgh Haunt Club. And they've started to have meetings and functions, and they're getting organized, and that's great to see. And they're primarily like haunt actors and involved in haunted houses there, and not so much home haunters, but they're welcoming them as well. So if any of your viewers are in the Pittsburgh area, they should look for that group. I believe they're on Facebook, the Pittsburgh Haunt Club. Like I said, I believe it is. If they're in the Detroit area, they should check out Motor City Haunt Club. They're still functioning, very active. They meet in Detroit at Detroit Mercy University. I've been to several of their meetings, and For years, they had their own haunted garage sale. Like I said, we stole their idea on that, literally, and brought it to Cleveland, and they were cool with that. So if anyone ever wanted to form a group like the Cleveland Haunt Club in their area, I would be happy to talk them through that, ways that they can get it going, what we went through, and that they don't have to follow our formula. It was just one that we did, but I'm happy to help people get that going, because I've had some people in Youngstown were interested in doing one, and that's something I would be happy to do is talk to anybody, and they might find there's already a group in their area and they just haven't found them yet. So, keep an eye out and put feelers out. Maybe you'll find there's some people, or at least people you could get going in a group together and start, sharing the fun.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things. You never know what is around you until you think it's a good idea and you start searching yourself.
Yep.
I stumbled into something years ago, and the way I stumbled into it is I've been a haunt actor for over 20 years, and man, there was a Ohio Haunters Halloween convention. And I said that had to be something I wanted to go to. And as soon as that started, hey, I found out there was a whole group to it. And then it's like, okay, well, now I'm a member. You ain't getting rid of me.
Right.
And I absolutely, even when it started going dormant, I threatened them that you can't do this to me. I kicked and screamed like a little child that you gave me a bright, new, shiny toy just to take it away from me, and this is not what you do. And it got fired back up, and it's starting to go stronger and stronger, and I'm very glad that it just keeps on moving along, and it's really great because now, once again, we've got this coming up. This is
absolutely looking forward to it.
This is something that a lot of people are looking forward to it. Can't wait, this and that. I know that Chainer's Haunted Secrets is sponsoring the costume party. I know that we're paying for the wonderful DJ. So we're going to be there. I'm going to be there all week. Oh gosh. But that's just because I do stuff for it. I can't wait to see the people. I can't wait to have people come up and, say, hey, we can work on this, or hey, here's an idea, because that's one of the things. Have you ever went into one of your events and not got a idea for something to be a little better?
I always see something or talk to somebody, or, there's just so many different things about them. If you're not taking something away, you're not paying attention.
That's the way I look at it too. I mean, absolutely. It works, but could it be better? Yes. So let's figure out how we can make it a little better and a little smoother, because the more smoother it goes for the ones that put it on, it can be a lot better for the ones that keep on doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, do you have any dates for next year for any of the stuff you guys are doing?
August 1st is going to be the haunted garage sale for sure. We have yet to lock down the date for our halfway to Halloween. It's in May, and that's to be determined. Usually it's towards the end of May. And that's just a one-day Saturday event.
Yep.
From 10 until 4 at the Medina County Fairgrounds in Medina. And that's going to be forthcoming, but I'm sure it's not going to conflict with the date of the Ohio Haunters Association's convention. So, and if they want to see when that is, they can always follow clevelandhauntclub.com. We list our different events for the month and upcoming events there, and that's pretty current all the time.
That's a very important thing. You have to be on it with these new things that updates and this and that. When Max gave me the information for me to go up to your halfway to Halloween, I told him, I said, okay, yeah, I'll go up there. And I told him, I said, you're going to have to give me the information. And he said, yeah, no problem. And there was like 4 things I thought were key points I need to really pay attention to. So what did I do? I went ahead and I went ahead and I printed them out and I laminated them. That way I would not lose these papers. They were packed away, this and that. And a couple months later, in the same totes that I brought to that event, he opened them up and he said, what are these? I said, I was not going to forget these key factors. But yeah, it's
the key.
What's that?
Organization is the key.
Organization is the key to a sliver of life. And the reason I say that is because a nice and neat and tidy desk is the sound of a sick mind.
Yeah, my desk is pretty dirty all the time. I'm a note keeper. I've got like 10 notes. That's the only way I can keep my hectic life together, is by writing myself notes to remind myself all the time. Like about you and our meeting today. This was stapled together information. Tomorrow I'm giving a presentation at a nursing home about the joys of Halloween, and that's somewhere else down here. I've got some information on all the people coming to our bus tour on Friday for the Cleveland Haunt Club. So yeah, I'm a note keeper. I know a dirty desk.
Oh, I have a whiteboard right in above my computer, and it is full of information and full of this and that. And it's got one Pokemon card that my son made sure I had because it was a haunter.
Ah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, oh yeah. And as I keep on going with different stuff, I got to keep on adding to the wonderful stuff. So I got the board there. I've got cork board there. I've got notes and notes that are over here, and no one sees it. I just, man. But I am very glad that, you came on the show.
No, it's great.
Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Because trust me, I want to get everything through that you would like to talk about.
What I'd like to say on behalf of the Cleveland Haunt Club is thank you to the Ohio Haunters Association. They've been very kind to us. I've appreciated my relationship with Max and with you. You guys are great ambassadors for the state of Ohio. I love how you go out to all these different haunted attractions and you build relations with them. I think you're doing it the right way. Max didn't hesitate to reach out to me, ask my opinion on some things when you guys were starting it back up again. And I was happy to share information with him about that. And I'm really proud to see that you guys are doing great. I think you're kicking ass. I think you're really organized. And I'm going to sound like a dad here, but I'm really proud of you guys. You've done a great job. I consider you guys friends. You're friends of the club. And, I think you guys have done a super job. And I'd like to tell you to keep up the great work.
Well, we're absolutely going to try because, as a person that is a board member, it is really important that I keep on going in the right direction, not for me, but for every single haunted house that is here in Ohio and every haunter and every home haunter. Because honestly, if it was not for this industry, I don't know if I would be where I am. Just because it this industry actually saved my life. It really did.
That's awesome.
Friday, you put another picture up. What's this picture? I can see that there's a new one.
Oh, I had put up the pictures so people would be able to find the website when we do the outro.
Oh, okay. Well, I was like really confused. I was like, it looks really pretty, but it's about this big on my screen right now. So,
oh, I wanted to
There
make
we
sure
go.
people could find the thing. They need to find these people, and hopefully they'll accept our page into their club.
Absolutely, we will. I'll go on and do it now.
but yeah, absolutely. Go out. If you have not, and I don't know when everybody's going to see this, but what I'm going to say is we're right now, this year, we are officially halfway through our haunt season. That does not mean that haunting goes away. That means that we are just thinking of the stuff that we are going to do next year. So absolutely go check these guys out because these guys are going to post stuff over and over and over. Check out all the great haunted houses around you, home haunts. There's so much in the industry and so much in a home setting. And I love just seeing the creativity. I mean, yeah, anybody can go to Menards or Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot and buy the big stuff. But it's the creativity of what you do with this stuff that makes you one of a kind.
Mm-hmm. For
So,
sure.
We're at the point where we're going to go ahead and start getting out of the show. But once again, we're going to pull this up. Make sure you guys check out Cleveland Haunters Club site, clevelandhauntersclub.com. Please, absolutely take a little time. Check these guys out. Figure out when you guys are going to have all your events. It'll be on that site. Please come and check these guys out when they do their halfway or they do their garage sale. If they are moving it to one location to another, it's because it's getting bigger and better. So, yes, please check out all the details as they come out. I'm sure Jeff and all his members are going to keep updating that as best as they can. When I say best as anybody can, we all know not anything is perfect.
For sure.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Jeff, why I got you on here, I do want to tell you, please tell your crew that I had a wonderful time at the halfway, and I am a person that loves to crack jokes left and right, and your wonderful ladies that were there at the setup table, the information booth, were so confused because we were not on that list, and they're like, I'm not knowing where you need to go. Well, I don't know who you need to talk to. And they just were like, Jeff. So,
see you guys. Put them over here.
Yeah. See that table? That's your table now. Okay. Me and my son had a great time. He found a couple items he wanted to buy. It was my wallet that walked away with him. So he had a great time. It was great to see that you guys had Ghostbusters that were there. You guys had food trucks. I can't say it. I did not get a walk around, but the conversations between me and a couple of these other people that were around that were vendors were really positive, and they absolutely were saying nothing but great things for you guys. The one guy that was across from me, he was such a hoot just to watch him set up, because he had a thought of how he was doing it, and he had to rework it 4 times. But he got his stuff out, and I don't know how he did, but everybody was happy. There was a lot of people going through the booths. A lot of people just wanted to know what we were, and that had been one of the days that I actually sat there and listened to a wonderful woman that talked about her experience with how this can was knocked off of the windowsill of her house, and she knew it was her grandma. Well, that's good, but we're dealing with the haunted house industry. So tell your grandma we said hi. But yeah, that's the one thing. Then I started taking a whole bunch of sticky notes and just putting them everywhere. Cue cards that said, so what haunted houses have you been to? Are you a haunter? What's your favorite part about the industry? And people start reading these, and then they start understanding we're not paranormal.
Uh-huh.
And that's one of the things that we have such a problem with. But, so I hope you guys continue to do what you guys do, and absolutely I will pay attention to the dates and see if I can get my tail up there and come to visit you guys. So I'm amazed how everything has been going for you guys. And like I said, I remember the one year that I just seen so many people's shoes that were left there because they were so muddy.
Yes, sir.
You guys still made the best of what you guys had. So if there is nothing else that you would like to say, is there anything like, how do you want people to get a hold of you?
I would say through the website or on Facebook is the best way. They can email at clevelandhauntclub@gmail.com if they want to reach me, and my name's Jeff Hartz. I'm happy to answer any questions. Otherwise, keep haunting, and happy Halloween, everybody.
Thank you very much. Friday, do you got anything before we say goodbye to everybody?
Oh yeah, I was just going to ask everybody to tune in tomorrow for Corpse Garden Chronicles Reads. Serena Mossgraves and I are going to read 2 of our newest stories. One of them is going to be from the anthologies that are coming out on Halloween. We hope to see you there, and we hope you like our stories.
I keep on forgetting about that anthology, even though I'm in it. So, hey, once again, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. It's Halloween season right now. I don't know exactly what time everybody watches this, but no matter what time of the year it is, there's always haunts that are doing something, and they can't wait to see you. So go out, go see a home haunt, go see a haunted house, go see a haunted field, whatever. And absolutely, if you're in the Cleveland area, go check out this guy's stuff. I mean, it's really awesome, okay? So I say goodbye to you guys, and thank you guys very, very much. I know there's a button. Oh, yeah.